Welcome in, loyal KEW fans. As always, we're just double checking that we are indeed live here, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't appear to be loading currently. There we go. We are live. We'll get things kicking off this week. A full card on offer for you. I know that excites the KEW faithful out there, so we'll get things underway and cracking immediately with the number one contenders in the tag team division taking on the tag team champions for the belts. Interesting to get it started immediately with a title match, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with the Misfits making their way down to the ring. Of course, the Misfits have been tag team champions before, Big Dan and the Yeti Cold Ears Craig himself being two of the most premier athletes in the KEW's tag division, now having seen the Safety Men disband and the Falcon and the Eagle, with the announcement that the CEO is taking a backward step and is no longer looking to actively compete in many KEW events, meaning that he's retiring from the tag division as is and has left the Falcon or the Eagle, whichever one he was, the Assassin, to be the KEW champion and stand for his own merit. And this will be a real opportunity for those two men then to secure tag team gold from a former member of the Misfits and now a member of the Power Couple as they make their way down to the ring here. The Power Couple, of course, ascending up the tag division in rapid fashion, getting the opportunity to be the number one contenders and snatching it, defending the belts against the Coven at our last main pay-per-view, not the Trouble in Town, the Halloween pay-per-view, the Monsters Mash, as it was. That woman there, the Man Crusher, Alex Bailey, she of course lost the KEW Championship to the Assassin at the main pay-per-view, did defend these belts, which you can see only represented by the Torpedo with the belt around his waist, makes his way to the ring now, helps his lady up the stairs. He of course has been locked in the fierce rivalry with the Budget Magician for a few weeks for doing battle for the hand of that lady, but focuses now on tag action and on impressing his woman in the ring. It will not be an easy task for him though. He's going up against two men who should know everything about him, having been rostered with him as part of the Misfits early doors. Of course, Big Dan has tagged with him, and the oh, there you go, look at that, right in their face. Big Dan has tagged him, and so is the Yeti, showing off the belt. You can see Big Dan shaking his head, the disrespect he feels, and the Yeti warming up on the outside. Big Dan does not look happy with his former tag team partner here. A little bit of controversy going on between these two, and this one might run and run, ladies and gentlemen. Can the Misfits capture the opportunity to be tag team champions? It is not going to be an easy task. The Man Crusher has shown that she is one of the premier athletes in the KEW, shooting to the skies of being the first ever double champion with the tag team division belt and the KEW champion all at once. The only athlete ever to have accomplished that, flying out of the academy. And the Misfits will know that this is going to be a tough challenge. You can see there Big Dan with the little bring it on, and look at that, the Torpedo lifts his belt up and he looks like he's staring straight at Big Dan there too. Definitely a bit of unnecessary cohesion. He gave his missus the side eye there as well, if you noticed, the Torpedo. You have to question whether all is right and harmonious in their relationship too, as the referee lifts the tag team belts high above his head and shows them off. We do have the KEW champion action later this evening as well. He's come out to say he's ready to have a match, he's ready to sharpen his skills, but we'll focus on this one here with the Man Crusher taking on the Yeti. First doors here, and they link up, and into the corner goes the Yeti, and immediately there the Torpedo with a little kick in on his former tag team partner, and now the Man Crusher riding the shoulders of the Yeti in the corner, something I'm sure the Torpedo will be used to hearing. And Nash gets hold of him, whips him into that corner again. I did wonder if the Torpedo would go for a little hit, but gets the tag in into the ropes. Goes the Yeti off the rope, toe drag there, and a big elbow to the back there. Nice double team early doors from the tag team champions, who have started the faster here, going after the ribs of the Yeti. And now is the opportunity for the Torpedo to take on his former tag team. He didn't have many tag team matches with them, but you can see from the opening exchanges here that he is a man who's focused on the task at hand, does not want to concede the tag team championships to these two in particular. And another swift tag there, good tag action from the tag team champions. They're showing that they're synchronized and in harmony, maybe putting into question any rumours that there's a blossoming romance going on backstage between the Budget Magician and the Man Crusher, or maybe it's just the Budget Magician's trying to allure the Man Crusher and catch her gaze, if you like, in the locker room. It's not been going too well, it seems. Big clothesline there from the Yeti, though, sending the Man Crusher down to the floor. And you do question whether these accusations of the Budget Magician trying to poke his nose into the business between the tag team champions, whether that's going to disrupt the Man Crusher in any way, shape or form. Will her full focus be on this evening's match? It did look for a minute there, but the Yeti's full focus was on this evening's match. However, he was busy focused on the torpedo. Got up and gave him a little stare in the corner and a few vicious chops, and now beating the life out of the Man Crusher in the middle of the ring, or towards the corner where Big Dan is, as he watches on. The tag champions in trouble here, it seems, from a early good work that they put in. It seems like it's all being undone now. Big vertical suplex incoming as well. Down goes the Man Crusher, dives and gets the tag in to the torpedo, and he's back in the ring. Oh, but only runs straight into a giant boot from the Yeti, and the Man Crusher is down here, is in a bit of bother, it seems, in the ring. Slow back to her feet as now her man's getting his head kicked in the ring, it seems, from the Yeti. Vicious knees driving him down onto the floor. A little kick to the ribs there, and another one, saying to him, up you get, come on, kick. Look at that, the disrespect, nudging him in the face as he slowly gets back to his feet there. Now, the slaps now, again, a disrespect here, trying to really rub it in the face. The tag team champions in a desperate way, it appears, and they desperately need a change in fortunes here. It started off with a dominant assault on the Yeti, but now the Yeti has really got control of this one and goes for the cover on the torpedo. The first cover of the match, just our one count there, and he gets the shoulder up, rolls it to break up the pinfall, goes for the sleeper hold now on the floor, trying to choke the life out of him, and here comes the Man Crusher to break it up. Oh, it looked like she missed there entirely. The torpedo battles his way back out of it with the elbow blow there, and the Man Crusher happy that her man has now got his way out of that. Big crossbody off the ropes. Maybe that's the break in fortunes that he needs. I wonder if he'd look to go for a tag to the Man Crusher anytime soon. He's sent into the corner instead, though. Perhaps should have used the time to get the tag into his beloved over there, now on the floor in front of her, clutching his ribs. And here comes the Turkish Mountain, and he really did look focused and angry here with a torpedo, so I dare say he's going to take every opportunity he can to inflict as much punishment as possible onto the tiny sinewy man who was part of their former tag team alliance as the Misfits. Lifting him high now. You can see the Man Crusher getting irritated, trying to do a little hit out there. Looked like she missed horribly though, and now the Turkish Mountain switching his attention to her as he drops the torpedo a good 7 or 8 foot onto his face, and he's feeling the effects of that on the ring, and down goes the Man Crusher onto the outside now with a big backdrop on the edge of the ropes there. And he's picked him up out of nowhere. The strength, the torpedo driver out of nowhere now lays him down on the floor, waits for him slowly to get back to his feet. The Turkish Mountain all of a sudden switched his attention off of the torpedo, gave him enough time to recover, and there's that flipping somersault there from the torpedo, again showing the power. Goes for the cover, 1, 2, just a 2 count as the Yeti's slow to get in the ring. It looked like he was distracted, maybe caught out staring at the Man Crusher in the corner, and that's why they're tag team champions. Tags in the Man Crusher, and here she comes. Into the corner goes the Mountain, now explodes out of the corner though, the good elbow, and now lifts the Man Crusher high above his head and drops her face first onto the turnbuckle. Screams to the KEW faithful and has hold of her in the corner now by the head, lifting her high. The power on display, one arm here, big backbreaker there, and looks like he might be going for a second one as well. Another one there, driving her down to the floor. The back of the Man Crusher is feeling the punishment now, stomps on the arm and wisely gets the tag in to the Yeti. The fresher man of the two climbs over the ropes, does the Turkish Mountain, and a missed opportunity there from the Yeti. Like he missed his drop kick, and a little face buster there from the Man Crusher, looking to take advantage, and again trying to maybe give the Yeti a concussion so he doesn't know what day of the week it is. Slow back to his feet, ducks under that one there, and drives him by the back of the head into the mat now. And now all of a sudden the Yeti looks like he's in all sorts of problems yet again in the ring. The Man Crusher with a swinging net breaker there, driving him down to the floor, goes for the cover as well. 1, 2, just a 2 count there though, but it did look like the Yeti was a little more worn down than previously. He's obviously feeling the punishment in this one, trying to slowly get back to his feet, and again as his face bounced off the mat. Now the Man Crusher turned her back on him there like she was going to try and go after the mountain after he did the same to her, and was caught shy by the Yeti, springing back to his feet, perhaps playing a little bit of possum there, and now he's taken control of things again, wiping his boots across the face of the Man Crusher. Those Yeti feet as well, goes for the tag and sends the giant that is the Turkish Mountain back into the ring, and he lifts the Man Crusher high above his head. Good 7 or 8 fall, doing casual press-ups with the showing off the power, and drops her face first into the middle of the KW ring, goes for the cover. 1, 2, oh not even a 2, the Man Crusher plenty left in the tank, she says. Bring it any day of the week that you like here. A big oath, big stomp on the arm from said oath, and now goes for the tag again to the Yeti, and the incumbent champions are in a spot of bother here as the Yeti switches his attention to the Torpedo, and now the Man Crusher going straight after Big Dan. He came down and now he's given her some punishment there, and now she's going after the Yeti as well, who it looked like the Yeti had, face buster on the outside. Looked like the Yeti had went and targeted the Torpedo, and she's defending her man, defending his honour, picks him up slowly back to his feet, and now tries to launch him into the ring, gets the angle a little bit off here, up to a 5 count now from the referee, and sends him back into the ring. She wants to get the pinfall to defend her title. Over the top rope she comes. They do of course have champions advantage, so a count out would have meant that he would have defended the tag team titles. I'm sure the Misfits would have questioned that and asked for a redo, if you like. Into the corner goes the Yeti now, up onto the top rope in the danger zone here. Pushed off by the Man Crusher. Splits him down. Double knees right in the chest, and down out of the corner he rolls. Hops over him, she does. Goes for the cover, and here comes the Turkish Mountain to break it up at a 1 count. He realised the danger, and now he's got to really watch himself. The referee's going to keep him pinned on the outside now. Could he be hopeless here? Could this be a successful defence? In coming back into the corner goes the Yeti, and he's in a bad position here. He doesn't want to be trapped in the corner with the Man Crusher and the Torpedo both lurking around that edge of the ring. Up onto the second rope she goes now, and a big face buster off the second rope, driving the face into the mat. She's now turned her back on him, and now he's going for the tag. But only gets a kick in the ribs. He was trying to slowly crawl across the ring, goes for the cover, and of course the Yeti helpless now as the Mountain not allowed in the ring. Can he keep things going? Can he successfully manage to defend this position from here? Up to the top rope goes the Man Crusher. Big splash there. Oh my goodness me. Broke the ribs of the Yeti. Crawls back to his feet there. Gets a kick in the guts off the ropes. And now look at this. Choking over the bottom rope here. I hope the referee's paying attention to this one. Didn't look like they were paying too much attention to it wherever they've gone to. And it looks like she's going to get the tag into her beloved here and ask him to finish the match so that he can get the pinfall. And look at this, taking the applause of the KW fans. He's not seen him get the tag into the Mountain, who clotheslines the life out of the Torpedo. The Torpedo not happy with that, comes back up with a few nasty chops, one right to the throat there it looked like, and now showing off again to the KW fans, showing off his sinewy form. It looked like the Man Crusher was screaming at him there. A big shot sends him down to the ground, picked up out of the corner now though, side he's lifted in the air by the Torpedo. Good power from him again, has him upside down in a tree of woe, and now hooks the leg round the throat, and again showing off to the KW fans. You want to worry more about the Turkish Mountain than the KW. Faithful suicide dive, misses completely. I said he should worry about the Mountain, missed him there, too slow on his assault there. Now the Mountain goes after the Torpedo again, big shot to the guts, and it's all swung the momentum round. Big shot into the ring post as well. The Torpedo's in some serious problems here. Into the ring gets the Turkish Mountain. Of course the champions do have the champions advantage here. It looked like the Yeti jumped off the ringside here. He's driven into the floor though. A big Turkish swing there, and broken up immediately by the Man Crusher. Explodes out of the corner to break the pinfall, but now she's going to be penned in her corner. She will not be able to get back in and break up another pinfall should there be one coming swiftly from the Turkish Mountain, and I'm not so sure that the Torpedo's got much left in the tank to defend against whatever he's got in store. just about manages to get an elbow up at the last second though, and then exploding out of the corner with a big forearm to the chest, driving him down to the floor. Good power from the Torpedo. We've seen it on display here. He's obviously been working out in the gym. You can see the veins popping in his arms. Power and the dehydration state. Oh, but he has a big right fist there. Absolutely levelled him up swiftly from it though. He won't have enjoyed that. He'll have seen it as a bit of embarrassment. Into the corner he goes, the crossbody out of the corner. Good athleticism, goes for the cover now on the Big Dan. Gets the legs on the ropes, but turfed off by the Mountain there. The Mountain didn't look impressed with that one. Gets a kick to the chops for his troubles, and now a big uppercut drives him down to the floor. Gets the tag in to the Man Crusher. Can the Man Crusher weaken the Mountain head? Oh, exploding face buster there, driving his head into the floor. He wants to tag. She does the kick up right in front of him, and she's running around again, too fussed with the KEW faithful, not paying attention to the tag that goes on in the ring. He was screaming at the crowd, was the Yeti though, and gets his head rammed into the floor. The Man Crusher looks up for this one. She looks like she might be ready to put it away, but the Yeti now hooks her around. Yeti driver goes for a cover. 1, 2. Oh, just a 2 count there. The Torpedo really slow into the ring there. He's used his token, his chip, if you like, getting into the ring as well. And now he's going to have some issues should there be another pinfall coming imminently from the Yeti. But it is the Man Crusher who's got a modicum of success back in this one. And we've seen this just moments ago here, ladies and gentlemen. Kicks him again. Down he comes and drives a knee square into the chest of the Yeti. And now he's in massive problems in the centre of the ring. Goes for the cover, and immediately the Mountain in breaks it up. But now here comes the real question. The Mountain's now broken up the pinfall. Can the Man Crusher put him away with the Man Crushing Kiss? Planting the lips into the mat. There it is. There's the Man Crushing Kiss. Goes for the cover. The Yeti no longer able to get the support of the Mountain. Oh, rolls a shoulder somehow though. I don't know how on earth he had anything left in the tank to kick out of that one. Now sitting on the ropes, and she's waving goodbye to him, it looks like, off the ropes. Oh, went for another Man Crushing Kiss off the ropes. Gets blocked at the last second by the Yeti. Gets hold of the Turkish Mountain, ramming the head into the floor. Oh, it's a frantic end to this one here, ladies and gentlemen. Tag. Here comes the Mountain as the Man Crusher rolls out of the ring, and he targets the Torpedo, who sees him coming and says, I see your diabolical tactics here. And now the Man Crusher sent back into the ring by the Yeti as the Turkish Mountain looks to isolate the Torpedo on the outside and deal with him. As does the Man Crusher, taking out the Yeti with a big rhino-sized charge, jumping on the face of the Mountain, driving his head square into the matting as well. And now can the Man Crusher look to take advantage of this one here? Lets him crawl to the corner and slowly work his way back up into that far corner. Big splash there, driving the back into him, and a drop kick in the corner. Nasty, vicious drop kick. Goes for the cover. There's the Turkish Mountain been winded. Just a 1 count there. He's obviously not been winded enough by the Man Crusher, who looks frustrated now. Tags in the Torpedo. We've got things almost reset here. Goes for a neck breaker. It looked like one of those big swinging neck breakers. Missed it completely, the Torpedo. I said that, of course, Big Dan and the Yeti would know the Torpedo inside and out, but that's also true for the Torpedo. He'll, of course, know the Turkish Mountain and the Yeti inside and out as well. Rubbing his face on the mat, and as evident there by the missed swinging net breaker where he sidestepped it brilliantly. Big shot to the kidneys, now telling him to get back to his feet anytime he's ready. Slow is the Turkish Mountain on the floor as the Torpedo heads to the top rope. Maybe he's got something planned from up here to put Big Dan away. Wants him back to his feet. He's slow and steady back to his feet as the Mountain. Big missile drop kick, almost ripped his moustache off his face. Picks him back up to his feet again now. Is he going to look for a Torpedo driver? No, sends him into the corner, and a big elbow there from the Mountain. That might have been the opportunity for the Mountain to be put away by the Torpedo there. The Torpedo gets out of harm's way at the last second. It looked like an big uppercut to the back of the neck there, and now he looks to tag back in the Man Crusher and maybe let her soften up the Mountain a bit more. They really need to deal with the Yeti on the outside. He's the fresh man in this case, it seems. Don't let the Mountain get the tag. Isolate the Mountain now in the ring, even though he is the more dangerous of the two athletes. And this might be the opportunity for the tag team champions to successfully defend their belts. Into the corner goes the Turkish Mountain, bouncing his head off the corner turnbuckle there. Now dragging him out of the corner, up to the second top rope she goes, and a big hurricanrana drags him down to the floor. She goes for the cover, hooking the leg. Oh, she's on the ropes as well, but the Yeti's in to break it up. But this could be the fortune that she needed. Perhaps that's exactly what she wanted, was him to break the pinfall, use that elusive token that they have. And dropped off the ropes now. Now can the Torpedo get him back in the ring? Can the Man Crusher put him away once and for all? Oh, it's all got a bit disjointed there. The Man Crusher's out of the ring, the Mountain's in the ring, and she's just climbed back in just in time to get the Mountain to kick her in the guts. Up she goes for a Turkish Delight powerbomb, and down she comes, covers with the legs. 1, 2. No, kicks out at the last second. The Torpedo again really slow in the ring. Had faith in his other half kicking out, it seems, but right up until the last second he definitely would have gotten in there to break up the pinfall. Slow from him, and again the power from the Mountain lifting her high, and the backbreaker there doing the damage to the Man Crusher. And now all of a sudden the momentum swiftly changed, and if the Mountain looks to get the tag in, the Man Crusher might be in a real spot of bother here. Into the corner she goes, and the Mountain waits patiently. I did wonder if he might look to go for a tag and a double team. Gives a big headshot into the corner turnbuckle here. Lifts her high now onto the shoulders and runs her across the ring, charging her down there, and he's not done there. Up and across the ring she comes again, bouncing her off that turnbuckle, slamming her around. She looks dazed and confused, but exploding with a big clothesline, driving the Mountain down to the floor, whipping him into the corner now. And can she maybe get the elusive tag in, or is she going to look to put him away? Oh, big kick there to the knees, trying to maybe take him down a stretch here, down a peg. Gets onto the shoulders. Oh, big hurricanrana there. That was a long way up to hop herself, and now tags in the Torpedo and says, now I've done the damage. Finish the job, my love. Into the ring comes then the Torpedo, dragging the corpse, it almost seems, of the Turkish Mountain away from the ropes. He's slow back to his feet, and now he switches attention at the last second to the Yeti, who of course was doing nothing on the outside. I don't know why he took so long over that. The Torpedo, slow processing from him, bounced out of the corner now by the Turkish Mountain, and the power on display from the big fella as he slams him down. The Yeti, though, nowhere to be seen, still on the outside. He was quickly back to his feet, was the Torpedo, but not fast enough. The Mountain caught him, only for the Torpedo to battle his way back out of it, but again, slow processing from him. He's like he's living in a dream world here. I don't know quite what he's playing at. Choked on the top rope, and down he goes. The Torpedo now in an absolute spot of bother as the Mountain lifts him high above his head, a good 7 or 8 foot above the KEW arena. Down he goes, slamming into the matting on the floor. Looked like he was trying to get the tag in, but not allowed to by the Mountain. Slams the knee into the floor, off the ropes he goes, and a big splash there, ramming the gigantic frame that he has squarely into him, and gets the tag into the Yeti. Just what the KEW Tag Team Champions didn't want to see was this man in the ring. Double drop kick there, straight to the spine of the Torpedo. Rolls out of the way of that hit, and a big punch here. Explosive hits from the Yeti. He's had to wait his time on the outside. He was assaulted by the Torpedo and the Man Crusher in that process, and now he looks to return the favour as the Torpedo's down on the outside, and down goes the Man Crusher with a nice backbreaker on the edge of the apron there. He charges around to now get round to the Torpedo. Is he going to look to put him in the ring, go for the Yeti driver, and finish this one off with new Tag Team Champions? Big furious kicks and hits on the outside, trying to weaken the Torpedo. Took too long about it though, and the Torpedo gets the elbow in and then sends him back into the ring, and now goes after Big Dan, throws him away down on the outside, and the Man Crusher's still down there, and it looks like the Torpedo doesn't know who to deal with. He's confused, dazed and lost. Up to a 3 count. Into the ring goes Big Dan, and in goes the Torpedo, and now in comes the Yeti as well. Now the Yeti out of the ring. What's he doing here, ladies and gentlemen? Complete confusion, and dragged over the top rope, rightly so, by the Yeti, and sent down to the floor. Goes for the cover. The Man Crusher's in to break it up very swiftly from the Man Crusher, panicked by the lack of responsiveness from the Torpedo. Perhaps she feels he's dazed and confused, and that won't help him. Big powerbomb. The Man Crusher can't get in. Oh, we're about to get new Tag Team Champions. 2, 3 we are, ladies and gentlemen. The Misfits take the belt. The Man Crusher will not be happy with her tag team partner, and life partner, if you like, as well, the Torpedo. He looked dazed, he looked confused. Maybe he suffered a concussion in that one, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to get the doctors to check him over. It's resulting in new tag team champions. Confusing wrestling from the Torpedo. He looked like he didn't know what day of the week it was during times in that one. But these two men do not care. A win over their former tag team partner gives them the tag team championships. They are our new tag team champions, the Misfits, ladies and gentlemen. Another tag team championship for them. They'll be happy with that one, and those belts will be hard to rip off their shoulders. At least some talent starts spawning into the tag team division, and we'll focus our attention then to our next match for the evening. I said we had the KEW champion ready and raring to go. He's handpicked his opponent for this one, went to the CEO and said, I need a match to keep myself fresh, and the CEO offered him a number of different opponents, and he elected to go for the Cyclops here, ladies and gentlemen. A dangerous opponent at times, but one who's suffered and not really got things going properly in the tag division so far.
London, England, weighing in at 263 pounds.
We, of course, haven't seen much of him since his recovery from the horrific injury he suffered at the hands of the Coven. And that has led to a slight downturn in form for him. He hasn't looked anywhere near as explosive since he suffered that injury. It was a lack of explosivity as well that, of course, caused Big Bird to resign. Oh, look at that, right in the face of that lady. She's getting right in his gob there. Maybe she's a fan of the Assassin. Or maybe she's just here to see the BFG later on. He is a man who, of course, would like to win the hardcore belt, that man there in the ring. Yet to see him really make any forays in the hardcore division. A few opportunities, but nothing major, really. And there is the KEW champion. The fireworks and pyrotechnics go off. We're not used to seeing him on his own, really. The CEO had accompanied him on many an occasion, but he's standing on his own 2 feet now. It's taken him a while to get to the top of the KEW rankings, but he's done it on his own merit, we have to say. Tag team champion for a long time, multiple time tag team champion. Took the gold for himself off the Man Crusher after almost running the gauntlet. And now stands as the KEW champion. We, of course, have coming up straight after this one as well the resolution of the number 1 contenders matches between the Tange and Atomic Andy. Of course, that stands at 1 apiece at the moment after the CEO elected to make it a best of 3 affair, with Tange taking the first one after the vicious assault from Mark in the second one. It allowed Atomic Andy to really take the victory there. We'll have to be careful and on his guard, the Tange, to ensure that the Skeleton King is not lurking around backstage anywhere ready to assault him pre-match or during said match. We have reports so far that there is no sight of the Skeleton King in the auditorium, but as we know, that could change, and the KEW champion called a little flush there immediately as the Cyclops caught him trying to run away, it looked like, and jump off the ropes. Not what the faithful will want to see from the KEW champion, a champion that runs away from the fight. Into the corner he goes and bounced off of it head first by the Cyclops, who now wrenches the arm of the Assassin over the top rope here, and the Assassin starting slow in this one. The Cyclops looking eager here as the Assassin picked this one, handpicked the Cyclops, as he assumed he'd be what he would describe as a jobber in the ranks, someone who's just there to make up the numbers in the KEW. And the Cyclops, of course, a former KEW champion himself, putting on a display here that's almost reminiscent of his championship ruling time. Out of the way goes the Assassin there, though, almost like a matador, whipped him just to one side, and now here comes the KEW champion, maybe showing a bit of the explosivity that we've seen that's led him to the KEW championship. Hops over the ropes, but caught a little flush there by the Cyclops, who whips him onto the shoulder and onto the top rope now, choking the life out of the Assassin, trying to wind his opponent, rolls him over and goes for an early pinfall. 1, Just a 1 count there. The Assassin. It's going to take a lot more than that to put away the KEW champion as he had his head rammed into the matting. Well, I must say, it might take a lot more to put him away, but goodness me, the Cyclops has definitely got more left in the tank as he tosses him across the ring, and it's a very, very slow start here from the Assassin. I would have thought that with the mix of styles here, the power onslaught of the Cyclops is surely doing the damage here, but I would have thought that the fast movement of the Assassin would allow him to really get the upper hand in this one, but he's not been able to get things going really. He is a momentum wrestler. Once he gets the momentum up and going, he can change the course of a match, and this could be just what we were talking about now. Off the ropes he goes for the twisting eagle's edge, and down he comes, right in position in the drop zone was the Cyclops as he realised that, and rolls out of the way smartly to save his bacon. Now into the corner he goes, a big uppercut, more elbows there, and again the explosive offense as he gets the double boots in the face. Over the ropes he comes, and oh, big clothesline there. Up gets the Cyclops, and another clothesline catches the boot, and the little leg drag driving the Cyclops down to the ground. And the Assassin's feeling it now, feeling the KW fans' support running through his veins. Gets a 2 count off an early pinfall there, and the Cyclops now looking the older wrestler of the two, definitely slowing down, and this one started strongly, but now can the Assassin build on that momentum? I said he's the momentum wrestler in the KW. Big Hurricanrana there sends him down to the ground, and now the Assassin pumping up the crowd. We've seen him do this before. He might look to put things away here with the Assassin's edge. Oh no, he's caught by the Cyclops, who slams him down off the shoulder here, and now the Assassin might be caught in a grip here, a vice-like lock from the Cyclops, and we've seen him almost put the Demon to sleep with this move in the past. The Assassin, oh, good flexibility there, gets his way out of it, and of course he almost put Mark to sleep with that one before. Oh, I thought he went for a spear, but it looked like he missed it there. The Assassin jumping over the top of it at the last second, spinning around, down to the ground he goes with an arm lock that gets a rope break as he's far too close to the ropes. Big shot to the spine as well as he now crawls to the outside. A scream to the crowd from the Assassin. He looks like he's trying to hype himself up. Runs across the ring, off the ropes he goes now, over the top rope. Oh, suicide splash on the outside, suicide senton I should say, and down goes the Cyclops up to a 3 count imminently from the official. There we go, very slow going there. Up and over the top rope comes the Assassin, and now the Cyclops looks in trouble in the centre of the ring as the Assassin continues the onslaught there. A diving boot to the back of the head, it looked like. I wasn't sure if it was a knee or a boot that he caught him with, but he didn't catch him flush. It didn't look like, didn't get all of it, but got enough of it to do some damage to the Cyclops into the ropes. Now he goes under with a little baseball slide on top of him, and Hurricanrana's him down, flipping the Cyclops onto the back, and the bad back of the Cyclops you can see there taking some punishment. Oh, went for the moonsault, got it horribly wrong though as the Cyclops rolled out of the way. Now sends him into the corner, big clothesline and a big elbow. Battling back the Cyclops here. He's putting on a good display. He's content to say he's not ready to give up on this one, and we've seen him charge up from the corner before. Scream to the KEW fans. Oh, went for the running spear, but got a knee to the chops for his troubles from the Assassin. He then gets him up on the feet, gets hold of the hand and ripping the fingers, it looks like, gripping them tightly here off the ropes. Oh, and swings him down across the arena. He's being blocked by the referee. It looked like momentarily there. The referee getting in the way of the Cyclops. Oh, as he gets shoulder tackled down to the outside by the Assassin. Oh my goodness gracious me. We've not seen that one before in the KW. Jumping out of the ring via the ropes and then giving a big senton on the outside. And Assassin's edge as well. Up to a 1 count. And this is channeling Eddie Guerrero, it looked like there. The little shuffle from the Assassin. Furious shots to the Cyclops on the outside. And he's looking to put him away. Maybe he's going to go for a count out victory here. He's almost trying to knock him out. It looks like up and round he spins. Caught though, it looked like, but drops him down with looked like a stunner there on the outside. Good flipping manoeuvres from the Assassin. Targeting the arm, up to a 5 count, and surely if the Assassin wants to settle this with a pinfall, he's got to get him in the ring momentarily. Goes for the kick, but blocked by the Cyclops here, and both men have to be careful we don't get a double count out. Into the ring post goes the Assassin, and the Cyclops might be on for a count out victory here, up to an 8, diving out of the top of the ring and resets the count. Missed completely as well. Poor ring awareness from the Cyclops, but it did look like the Assassin was going to get up and beat the count anyway, so I can see why he went for it. He just massively mistimed it, and now he's going to pay for it. absolutely well and truly in this one. Into the ring he goes, and here comes the assassin looking to polish things off. And you can see him gripping the head and rolling around. He must be feeling in agony after missing that horrendous dive off the top ropes, and then a big assassin's twist there, and down goes the Cyclops. A valiant effort, but that's got to be enough from the KW champion. 2, 3, there it is. The KW champion puts him away swiftly and pretty succinctly. Started slow, got into the groove, and as I said, he's a momentum wrestler. He got the momentum up, and that was enough for him to put him away. He'll have enjoyed that one though. He'll enjoyed getting back in the ring, getting some action and getting a bit of contact. It is a contact sport, and it's how the athletes like to fuel themselves with that little bit of rubbing up against each other, if you like. And here we go, we'll move to our next one for this evening. Then we'll see the Tange and Atomic Andy taking on one another. This then for the #1 contenders seed. It wasn't deemed to be worthy for a final match for the evening, but we'll save that one for the ladies, of course, who will enjoy seeing the BFG taking on the Dude Jeans in our final match for the evening. The KW lights flash around the arena. Warning at home, if you have epilepsy, don't tune into this moment.
The following contest is scheduled for
Here comes the Tange then. I apologise for my coughing in the background there. All the excitement from that tag team match as the pyrotechnics go off. And the Tange, of course, has had many a battle with Atomic Andy in the past. Many of them have been for big stakes matches like this, and he's always come out on top, but he's never had to deal with the horrible little gremlin that is the Skeleton King, who's lurking around in the background. We've still had no confirmed reports that he's here in the arena, ladies and gentlemen. No one's seen him arrive, no one's seen him turn up, so maybe we'll avoid the spiteful little assaults of the tiny man with the angry chair. The Tange, of course, will be hoping for a relatively swift match here. He knows if uninterrupted, he can put away Atomic Andy any time, any day of the week. He's done it many a time before. And last week he will have blamed it on the assault of the Skeleton King, scrambling his brains by bouncing his head off the steel steps moments before getting into the ring. It was a miracle, really, that he still took on Atomic Andy in that one, and he looks focused and primed as Andy makes his way down to the ring. I'm just going to deal with my tortoise because she's being a pain. I apologise for that small interruption there, as Andy flips his way into the ring. He, of course, did not come out too fast or too aggressive in the last match against the Tange. I thought he might do. Missed the early opportunity to get the domination in whilst the Tange was feeling the effects of the assault from the Skeleton King. But it will be interesting to see here who starts the fastest, and it is going to be Atomic Andy tossing the Tange across the ring, and now off to the opposite turnbuckle there. He's launching him from turnbuckle to turnbuckle. The shot to the arm picks him back up by the head and launches him back across the ring again. And the Tange has to question himself here. He's got to get things going early. He picks him up questionably by the hips and then butt right into the crotch and slams him face first down into the ring. And Tange has got to get some focus in quickly here and got to try and get out of this early funk as swiftly as he can to try and reverse the early fortunes here, as Atomic Andy lifts him up high now. No, tosses him out of the ring. Oh my goodness gracious me. The power on display from the big fella as he sends the Tange tumbling to the outside up to a 1 count as the referee starts things going here. Andy on the outside after the Tange. Tange blocks it there though. Not a little arm drag flipping Andy over. And this is the dangerous area where you don't want to be with the Tange. He's not afraid to mix it up on the outside. Of course, big slam there sends Andy down to the ground up to a 3 count. The neck wrenches here from the Tange. Going after Atomic Andy, slamming the head into the floor. Oh, but Andy, a big punch there, right in the gob of the Tange, getting him off. He knows how dangerous he can be on the outside, rams him into these steel stairs. Of course, these two have met many a time before in by various multi-man events. They are two of the more successful athletes in the KW, and Tange being a multi-champion and Atomic Andy being a multi-tag team champion has only won the main championship once. That of course was in a cage match where he took it off of the Skeleton King. We've seen rumours as well online, ladies and gentlemen, of somewhat of a collusion between the two of them, between Atomic Andy and the Skeleton King recently. He was of noted, of course, back in the Elimination Chamber, it was the Atomic Andy who went straight after Benji, and it was from that Benji was then eliminated. It was the assault of Atomic Andy that really got that one going. Did the Skeleton King a big favour, if you like, and really weakened Benji in their assault between the Skeleton King and Benji. And of course, the Skeleton King has helped out Andy here by taking out Tange in the previous match, levelling up the scores, if you like. Oh, down goes the Tange, slammed into the floor. And here's Andy now, who looks the most aggressive of the two here. He knows this is a fantastic opportunity, though, but as should the Tange. He should not look this as a gift horse in the mouth. We've seen a Tange slide before in the KW as Atomic Andy takes the time to show off to the KW fans, lifting his hands high above the arena, or high above himself into the KW night air. The Tange back to his feet now. It looks like he's gripping his abdomen a little there. He didn't look very happy walking around the ring there. Couldn't tell if he was gripping his abdomen or if he'd shit his pants into the ropes. He goes now as the Atomic Andy lifts him high and slams him down. And he goes for the cover. Could this be enough to put him away? One. Just a 1 count there. And a little stomp to the face as well. I'm surprised Tange only got a 1 count, or sorry, Andy only got the 1 count, and Tange wasn't down for longer. And now is he going to start feeling the vibes here? Ducks under that one. The big side slam. Down goes Atomic Andy into the floor. This could be the momentum shifter he needs, but no, Andy with more explosive onslaughts there. Big kick, big punch, and down goes Tange. Back to his feet now. Slowly up onto the shoulder goes the Tange. Down onto his face as well. Cover for the leg. 1, 2, and Tange kicks out at 2. I thought that might have been enough now. Atomic Andy might look to put things away though here. Tange slow back to his feet, and Andy, the ascending athlete, onto the shoulder. He goes, oh no, slides out of the back of it, lifts him high, backdrop there, driving Atomic Andy down onto the floor. Is that the momentum shifter he needs? Drags him on the ropes now, pulls him off the ropes and has him in the corner in the dangerous position for this nasty snap DDT there, driving the big fella's head right off the KW mat as Tange takes in the plaudits of the KW fans looking around, and all of a sudden the momentum has shifted and we've seen him pounding the mat many a time before. Is this going to be it? Tange knockout. Down goes Atomic Andy, slithers over him for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, just a 2. I thought that might be enough there, ladies and gentlemen. Tange, look at that, stomping the floor. He's not happy. He thought that was enough as well. Into the corner crawls Atomic Andy, and here comes Tange. Oh, and he gets 2 feet in the face though from it. And caught now by the Atomic Andy, who takes him into the corner and bouncing his head off the ring matting there. Oh, Tange split open, you can see there, blood pouring from the head of Tange. I'm not sure what was in that turnbuckle, but clearly something was in there. Atomic Andy lifting Tange high onto the top rope now. Oh my goodness gracious me, not all the way out there. You can see him jiggling around with anticipation. Oh, slides out of it at the last minute and drags him down. Good awareness there from Tange. That could have been disastrous for him. He's already got some back issues, it appears, from this one. Big side slam again, driving Andy to the floor, but that could have been good night for Tange if he'd had that one. Slammed into the floor. Oh, the big elbow drop from the second rope there from Tange. Picks up Andy now, back to his feet. It's backwards and forwards. Another Tange knockout, and down goes Atomic Andy. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. 3, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Tanj gets the victory. A good victory for him. And the lights have gone out in the KEW arena. We're having technical issues here, ladies and gentlemen. We're hearing some noises. There's some fisting. There's some hitting. Well, we don't know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try and sort this out for you. We're having large technical issues, it appears. And you can see there the Skeleton King, it looked like it turned up at the last minute. Oh, goodness me, the Tanj got the victory there. He'll be the #1 contender, but it looked like the Skeleton King managed to somehow cause a blackout in the KEW arena and assaulted Tanj off screen. Well, not off screen, I guess it was on screen, but Tanj, of course, couldn't tell if he sustained any injuries there. We'll have to check in with both men on social media. We'll keep an eye on that one for you, ladies and gentlemen, as we are descended into darkness again. It seems we've got the lights back up and working now. He's a dangerous man, cutting the power in the KEW arena. It's despicable behaviour, really. We said we hadn't seen any sign of him turning up, but he was obviously there, hiding in the gubbins of the KEW, cutting the power to the arena, and then assaulting the Tanj. Here comes then the hardcore champion, the BFG. We'll have to switch our focus very swiftly as we try to check social media for any reports of what happened during that one. There's no reports from inside the stadium. Nobody saw what went on, and not even sure it was actually sanctioned or what happened there, ladies and gentlemen. Well, obviously wasn't sanctioned, but the Skeleton King often does what he wants. And the BFG now focusing on the task in front of him. At least we've got the power back on and working. You can see the women in the front row happy to see the KEW Hardcore Champion as he's ready to take on Dude Jeans here. A good opportunity for the Hardcore Champion to keep himself fresh and ready to go, if you like. Like I said, it is a contact sport, as I mentioned earlier with the Assassin. It's good to get some reps in the ring just to keep yourself fresh and keep yourself spry. You don't want to do too much that you give yourself an injury, but you also don't want to be caught cold when the time comes to calling and the #1 contender comes knocking on your door asking for that match. The Skeleton King boogieing his way down to the ring here then. Good jiggling from him there. Here's a man who we've not seen too much of since, of course, he joined in the tag team and has had to suffer the ire of the Coven, if you like. It's not often we see him in one-on-one action. Normally we see him teamed up with his tag team partner as the Men of Science. And I'm sure, of course, we'll see them in tag action soon enough again as he starts this one early doors here. Big DDT there, driving the BFG down to the floor. Now into the corner, goes for the leg drop and just about clipped him. It didn't look like he got all of that. It looked like he got him more of a sandal to the face than a leg across the throat. And we are now getting some reports from social media, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like the Skeleton King is it's coming from the KEW's main account. The Skeleton King has been arrested, it looks like, or sustained or held in by the KEW's security team, security forces, who came down to the arena and sorted out the issue between him and the Tanj. It was a power cut caused by the Skeleton King, who, we're told, ladies and gentlemen, he was hiding under the ring somewhere. He slid out from under the ring anyway, assaulted the Tanj, and again the Tanj suffering the onslaught of the Skeleton King late in the match there, or late after the match had finished. And the Tanj will not be happy that the Skeleton King has again come for him as Dude Jeans goes for a cover, gets a 2 count. I'm sure the Tanj will want a measure of recompense in the next coming weeks in the KEW as the BFG is on the back foot here, and you can see the women in the front row giving him the thumbs down. They are not happy. That's not what they came to see. They didn't come to see their man. Oh, she's getting a nice picture of him up close and personal as he gets the scientific twist on the outside. Or not quite, I don't think that was. And just a diving net breaker there. That's over the BFG by the back of the head now, rolls him into the ring, but it's been all Dude Jeans who climbs in under the bottom rope here, goes for a little stomp, and the BFG slow back to his feet, whips him into the referee, bumps off him there. That's a tactic from the old hardcore division, surely. Onto the shoulders, now goes Dude Jeans, carries him to the turnbuckle here, drops him face first and down. He slumps into the bottom corner of the KEW's ring, dragged out of it, now lands back first out of the corner there. And now could this be the swinging momentum the BFG has been looking for since the early going in this one? Lifting high by the head, and down he goes again. We do have a little more information to share from you. We can see, of course, that the Tange was looked at by the medical team. They said no issues really, just the cut that he sustained during the match with Andy, the assault from Mark, the Skeleton King. Did no lasting or permanent damage. And that the Skeleton King has been suspended backstage, held by the security services whilst the Tange makes his exit from the KEW arena. He won't face any recompense from the CEO this time around, it seems, but it will be likely, it seems, there may be something in the future. This is just rumours and reports. The KEW hierarchy aren't allowed to do anything unless they actually have physical evidence that shows that the Skeleton King assaulted the Tange, but we do not have that evidence, so we cannot say one way or the other. There will be no action taken by the CEO against the Skeleton King as recompense. It's just rumours and hearsay by all accounts, as Do Jeans has taken a measure of control here in this one. Now diving on the outside, suicide dive from Do Jeans. BFG down on the outside. Well, if we keep our attention now focused on the hardcore champion here, who's in a spot of bother with Do Jeans pummeling his face in. I don't think we need to say any more about the Skeleton King and Tange. Round into the ring post goes the BFG, and a big shot there from the Do Jeans, who's on the assault here, and you can see the men in the crowd happy to see Do Jeans doing the damage to the BFG. The women in the crowd not so happy to see their man down in a world of bother, it seems. On the outside, looks like he's having a nap out there actually currently. Maybe someone's got a hot dog that might revive him in the audience as Do Jeans climbs to the top rope, and there we go. Someone must have whipped out a hot dog only for him to get a hurricanrana back down. Maybe a bag of crisps was opened there. He heard the pop of a can of beer in the audience or something, ladies and gentlemen. Something clearly roused the BFG, but only momentarily, as Do Jeans climbs back into the ring and may look to put the BFG away. Rolls him over for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and he's got the win. Oh, goodness gracious me. The BFG still showing his KEW championship off to the crowd, and here comes the Mystery. Of course, the Mystery is the #1 contender for that belt. He puts the belt on his shoulder, and you can see the Mystery living the not allowing the BFG to enjoy the applause of the ladies in the KEW arena, staring down the BFG. He knows the BFG that the Mystery is going to come for that belt. He's the next man who'll have to face, and a defeat there against Do Jeans will not have done him any good in his momentum, if you like, in the KEW. But thank you for watching this week's episode of KEW Live, ladies and gentlemen, and join us next week for more KEW action, where I'm sure we'll have answers to many of the questions, and of course we'll have to see if the Skeleton King continues his attacks on the Tange, or rumoured attacks if you like, because we have no confirmation here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.